Atlantia vivere, Agartha vivere, Shambhala vivere, Lemuria vivere, Atlantia vivere, Atlantia vincere, Atlantia victor. Lyr vivere, the insect civilization vivere, the spiders vivere, and so on. Many times, my friends, I forgot about the other civilizations on this planet. Do you know why there are so many? Because there are many timelines intersecting now on this, in this time period and on this place. It is very important for you to play Final Fantasy 13 Part 2, because in that game you will see that there are many worlds, and these many worlds are not, there are only 7 or 8 of them, but in total there are 40, because there are different time lines and different time periods for each of the worlds, for each of the cities or places. So I need you to understand this, because I am meeting day by day with a lot of Apollos and a lot of Artemises, because I have to tell you something about the Stargate. Yes, I realize when you watch episode name 200 in season 10 of Stargate SG-1, you will see the real members of SG-1, not the actors, pretending to be actors playing in a movie about Stargate, and this episode tells us that the Stargate is real and the army made a film about the Stargate. Of course, the actors playing in the series are not the guys who are going through the Stargate. That's pretty obvious. But through the real Stargate. But there are dragons. There's a dragon female, a black dragon, which leads the operation. I know everything about that. You have to understand that the 9th chevron is made for traveling through a different universe. So in this multiverse there are different universes, blah blah blah, different timelines. So you can use the 9th chevron to travel to another universe or another reality. The 8th chevron is used to travel to a different time, because you know there is an Atlantia 4 million years ago and there is another Atlantia 2.5 billion years into the future. So there is an Atlantia 4 million years into the past where I am emperor and president and I have just stopped an invasion of dragons, but this has happened 4 million years ago. And there is another Atlantia 2.5 billion years ago, descendants from Venus, from the planet Venus here, because I told you already that all the timelines intersect now, in which Laurentio Marin is present by Preto, and he is sent back into the future to stop me from creating Atlantia now. So when Colonel O'Neill or you, the members of the Stargate, because this is a message for the Stargate team, when you have traveled to meet the Anunnaki, the Asgard, the little green man, or you have arrived on Earth. So that planet was Earth, but it was into the future. It was 2.5 billion years into the future, after Atlantia has collapsed and the Anunnaki have conquered all of us. Do you understand? So the Milky Way galaxy will collide with the Andromeda galaxy, and in the future they will form a ring galaxy. In the center of the ring there will be a black hole, but around the center there will be a number of stars, and on a planet it will be the new Earth, the capital of Atlantia, and the Asgard are the new Atlanteans. And Laurentio Marin is an Anunnaki. He's the great god Anu sent back in time. You understand? Yes? Because the ethical beings in the 4D continuum, I'm also an ethical, a conscious being, a spiritual being, a light being, but I am primarily an ethical being. So this is my base level. Now, ethic, consciousness, spirit, light, created God, uncreated qualities, Holy Spirit and uncreated nature. Actually, my base level now is the base level of Lemuria. I no longer resonate with the ethical level, so that is why many people try here in Romania to influence me ethically in one way or another, and I remain immune and I cannot communicate well with them. You understand? This is the reason. Also Lemuria, who is a civilization of the red people, of the red race, and also the Alcorians are from the red race, is civilization of consciousness. It is a 5 plus 2D civilization. Atlantis is a 4 plus 1D civilization, which means that we Atlanteans have the property of traveling to another universes, while the Stargate of Lemuria has 12 chevrons, because they can travel to 7 dimensions. Yes, they can travel in the omniverse to different multiverses. Anyway, they travel to consciousness, not through ethics like you do. Anyway, there are plenty of wrong things with Atlantia and also plenty of wrong things with Lemuria. There are more wrong things with Lemuria because I have more dimensions than you do. But the point is that I always try to fix Atlantia, and I have traveled back and forth in time, because we, the ethical beings, travel through time. And every time I return here, because you know this, the history, this is important to understand, that the history of this universe goes from the back to the beginning. So the time is reversed in this universe. We go from the creation, from the Big Bang, so the Big Bang is actually the end. And the big shrink is the beginning. It makes sense. That does. Anyway. The idea is that 4 million years into the past, we are very near the edge of the universe, which you can call the beginning or the end of the universe, however you wish to call it. 2.5 billion years into the future, we are slightly in the middle of the universe, so we can go on and on. And it is my 98 times here, so I have repeated 97 times into the past. I have or into the future. I have repeated the history and this life 97 times before, not to confuse it with past and future now. And each time the same things happened. There was a nuclear war on Earth, the civilization was destroyed, or I was forced to use the Stargate on the top of the avoided hill to send the remaining people in Atlantia to Mars, back into the past, because Mars was in the 3rd position, because every time our sun, who is a female, ejects or gives birth to a new planet, all the other planets move backwards, you understand? So in the past, Mars was habitable because Mars was in the 3rd position in the Goldilocks zone, where Earth is now located. If we go into the future, Venus shall be into the position where Earth is now. So if we send people to Venus into the future, if we send people to the future, they will arrive on Venus. So people from Venus shall create Atlantia, who is 2.5 billion years from now, into the Ring Galaxy, and people from Mars created the Alcorian civilization, who is a Lemurian civilization populated mostly by the red race, but also the Alphardin and the Zegetinians, who have spread in this galaxy, and now they came to teach us their ways. This is the irony. And Vasile Angel Paun comes from 23,000 years ago. You understand? The point is that if I send people to Venus, they go millions of years into the future. If I send people to Mars, they go only 23,000 years, 1,000 years into the past. I no longer have the ability to send people 4 million years into the past, because sending people into the past, giving the fact that the time in this universe is reversed, actually means sending them into the future. You understand? It is very crazy. So all the timelines intersect here, and the anomaly now is called Laurentium Marin. Laurentium Marin was sent by the committee, the Great Council of Atlantia in the future, to fix the past, to eliminate me, to kill me, to put me in the Med Hospital, and so on and so forth, so that I cannot create new Atlantia now. His fear is that I will create an Atlantia, a human white civilization that will spread and conquer this galaxy. and this in turn will lead to the wars with the dragons, with the Anunnaki, with the Lemurians, and will lead to the collapse of Atlantia 2.5 billion years from now. So in order to change the future, they have to change the past. So he is the anomaly. He is an older me. He is an older Apollo. He has the same problem with my left knee which I have. He has lost all his teeth and he has replaced all his teeth and so on. If we go, and he is always wearing his a false hair, a long hair, in order to mask that he looks like me, that he is me. And but he's 1x, I'm 98x, so he's the first edition who is coming here, whatever here is. But it is the 98 times when I am repeating this life, and I know from the previous history, because it happened 97 times before, that we will have a nuclear war on this planet. So I try different things. Because Russia shall invade Europe, and we, the people from Romania, shall make a wall of fire, an energetic wall, and send our flying saucers to fight the Russians. In order to do this, I have to be in command of Romania. If I'm not in command of Romania, then the Russians shall sweep over Europe, shall conquer all the Europe, France, Germany, England, so on. It will be all red. The whole Europe will be red. And after that, the Chinese will come and wipe out the Russians, and the Indians shall conquer the gods of the south, the black race, and Africa, and the Muslims. And the Chinese shall also invade America, and there shall be a nuclear war between America and China and Russia. Game over. I have to put people on Mars or on Venus. Yes. So if I don't do anything, the Russians conquer. If I take preemptive, if I took in the past, if I took the other times preemptive actions, and I try to make myself an active leader of Romania, not to play crazy and invade Russia, so I can try to invade Russia with my flying saucers and plasma tanks and so on, and I conquer Moscow. But then there shall be a nuclear war between the Templars in Europe and the Illuminati in North America. So America will be completely destroyed, and Europe will be first. Now, in this life, I have to coordinate myself with my sister Artemis, one of my who is now in control of North America. So I don't want America to be nuked, because my Artemis is there. I don't want her to die. I also don't want Romania to get nuked. So this is very hard. If I oppose the Russians now, America and Europe gets nuked. If I don't oppose the Russians, only America gets nuked, and Romania gets destroyed by the Russians. Considering that Natalie Portman is now in Paris, yes. I don't want Europe to be invaded, so I have to resist in this trial inflicted on me by Laurențiu Marin. Do you understand? If I try to cause mischief here, or there is a mischief with Agartha, if there is a war between Atlanteans and the Agarthans, or a war between Krishana and Transylvania and on one hand, and Maramosh and Abdel on the other hand, if there is a war between humans and dragons, in all these circumstances, well, if there is war between humans and dragons, then my sister Artemis comes with 132 dragons to kill me from across the Hungarian border. It is very interesting. It is like a game of chess. And I have to take into consideration that you Atlanteans are unconscious beings. If you were conscious, you will be in Lemuria. You will be in 5 plus 2D continuum. Since you are in 4 plus 1D continuum, you are unconscious beings. So I have to explain to you very carefully. So whatever actions I took in the past, it always led to nuclear war on this planet. And it always happens on the 4th night in 2015. We never reach March 2016, because March 2016 is the entry date into the 5th day. So the fourth night is about telling the other how you feel. It is about treating the others as your equal. It is about exercising these ethical powers of equality. But in doing this, also the ethical powers are manifested because people have different opinions, you see. So I could try to ask the Alcorians, Alphazes and Zegetinians to defuse the nuclear bombs, and they will do so, but then they shall invade Earth, and we shall all be made their slaves and sent in their wars to fight, and there shall be no more Atlantia. So I can try. I already did that. To ask my fellow Atlanteans from 4 million years into the past to come here and kill me. No, occupy this planet, and this is it. Goodbye.